I'm curious what your feeling is on the current culture in chiropractic, and also what your vision is for improvements that could be made in the culture of chiropractic in the next 10 to 20 years.
Good question. The culture is divided. We've got some people that really resonate with what I consider real chiropractic, which is more than just the back pain model. And then you've got people that are more allopathically minded, that want to bring drugs into the profession. And we just had this discussion. I was just with Patrick Gentempo, and he said upwards of 85% of the people in our profession want drugs. And I'm thinking to myself, I was blown away. Don't quote me on that. I mean, sometimes my brain does weird things. But the whole vitalism thing is so huge anymore, not only in chiropractic, but you're seeing that movement within other...
In every profession.
Right. And it's just validating stuff that we knew since 1895.
Yeah.
So why anybody would want to,
go back
to more of a symptom relief model is beyond me. I mean, because it's a wonder what we do. I mean, it's a beautiful profession that we have, and for people not to embrace it for what it really is it's sad when you're just looking at taking people. Because I see that too. I mean, I've had people come to me that have been to other chiropractors, and they don't really get the story a lot of times, and the story's probably more important than them getting adjusted. I've said that so many times, and I think BJ said that before me, so I'll paraphrase him a little bit.
Standing on the shoulders of giants.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
What was the second part of that question?
The second part was, what would you like to see change in the next 10 to 20 years? If anything could change within the culture of chiropractic that we're creating,
right?
What would be your hopes?
Well, I would like to see, I think a lot of this has to do with chiropractic education. Mm-hmm. So I think there needs to be more emphasis in the schools on getting more philosophy into the schools, a more vitalistic paradigm. Because I came out of school the same way. I didn't know any better, and it wasn't until I was really exposed to this philosophy through seminars like DE or New Beginnings, or any philosophy seminar I went to in the past, and then I just took that energy at those seminars and started the Dead Chiropractic Society, which was over 20 years ago, which kind of blows my mind. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful profession, and why it's not being taught in the schools. Give people, like I tell people all the time, at least give them a well-rounded education. You can have all the science and peer-reviewed, whatever you want to do, and you got to learn the art too, which is another thing I think a lot of students need to really focus more on the art. And not like when I was in school, I don't know if you guys can do this, but what we did is we went and got tutored I had a Japanese tutor. He just taught me everything about speed. And I think when you get out of school, if you're already really accomplished at adjusting, it's just going to magnify your success, because a lot of students get out of school and they think they're going to learn, you're going to learn it in practice, but why not learn it before?
Yeah.
Because after 32 years doing this art, you get to be very proficient at it, especially when you're doing it on upwards of 100, 150 people a day. So
right.
So I think, number one, we need to have more, the culture has to change within the schools so that we're breeding that, because I think what's happening now, especially with a lot of schools, foreign schools especially, I think, because I talk to a lot of kids from England and UK, is that they're going way allopathic. They're looking for just back pain, and they really have no faith in the chiropractic adjustment as far as removing subluxations and allowing that body to express 100% of its innate potential.
More that kind of
right. So you're getting more and more. Yeah. We're flooding our profession with more people that have less faith in chiropractic, and we need to at least give them, like I say it all the time, that's why I really appreciate all the students that come to Dead Chiropractic Society from LACC. Just give them a well-rounded, scope of what chiropractic's about, because what happens in those schools, they're only going to get one side of the story. And what's astonishing, it's not astonishing, it's just obvious, but those students that do come to DCS are the ones that usually are the most successful in their classes. So I think you can get the science down, but if you don't own the art and you don't own the philosophy, you're not going to be as well-rounded, you're not going to be as successful. I mean, it's just the way it is. And the fact that they're putting the extra energy into going to DCS or seminars, like today we had the little seminar I did with Peter Morgan.
Yeah.
Those students that go take the extra mile are those ones that are going to be probably the most successful in their class.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm hearing from you is that the science is important naturally.
Of course.
You know the body.
I mean, I'm a science head. I was a
Yeah.
chemistry major.
But at the same time, like really what people are going to look to you for when you're actually out in practice is the art, your ability
Right.
to do the
Right,
assessment,
of course.
and the philosophy, the perspective that you have on life that's inspiring and motivating and magnetizing to the people that are in your practice. So
Right.
that's really what's going to lift you up.
Right, and I think part of that is to, it's good to have the art, the science, and the philosophy, but it's also important to have the most important aspect, which is the heart and the love for people. And I mean, you can't put that in people. That's not an outside-in job. That's an inside job.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been really fortunate in my practice that I truly, truly, really love the people that I take care of. Of course, there's some people I love more than others, but you got some people that are a little bit cantankerous. They're not gonna. But you love them in their own way.
Yeah, right. Even those cantankerous people.
Right.
Like,
you
still.
Sometimes you got to put them in their place, though, too, because I really, feed off people's energy, and when you have really positive energy in your office, that translates into positive healing with people. So if you've got somebody that comes in with the stinking thinking, sometimes you got to kind of like take them in a private room and say, hey, this is what we're going to change.
Yeah.
And not in a negative way. You just want them to understand that they have to be positive if we want to get the results they want to get.
Yeah.
So
It's kind of that tough love school.
yeah, good, totally.
Yeah. Awesome. So the next question I have is kind of about chiropractic as a whole. And I feel like something I keep hearing in the chiropractic world is creating this unified front. And so I wonder if you have any take on what we need to do as a profession to kind of create a more unified front.
I don't think it's possible, to be honest with you, just because you have so many different personalities within chiropractic.
Yeah.
You got people with, that lead that orthopractic movement where everything's back pain and they have no, appreciation for subluxation. It's going to be hard to get those people on our front, and vice versa. We're not going to get on their front. So there's always going to be division in the profession, which I don't think is bad. I mean, I think it just shows that there's some diversification. And I don't understand why you would limit yourself to something like just back pain only, because chiropractic is really like dentistry to me. It's like something that everybody needs, just like they need to take care of their teeth. You need to take care of your spine. So
well, it's interesting because dentistry, I feel like, has kind of this united front. Like when you look at it,
right.
like when you
but you've got different subspecialties within
exactly
dentistry too.
But
so
however they portray themselves to the public, it makes it feel like, oh, all dentists are the same, and I feel like chiropractic hasn't quite gotten that.
I just think there's a lot more. I mean, dentistry is kind of like cut and dry. It's like you got a tooth there, and we're not talking about innate intelligence. And even though there's a lot of studies coming out that shows the person's dental health has a lot to do with their overall health as well. So I mean, maybe I'm not right on that one, but I'm just saying that chiropractic it's always had a hard time with people's acceptance because of obviously negative press from the AMA and the medical profession. So number one, people already have premonitions of what we're supposed to do. So when we come out and we try to be what we really are, which is the vitalistic chiropractor, in my opinion, of course, it's going to be hard for some people to wrap their head around it.
Yeah.
So
but I think people are wrapping their head around it more and
more.
more.
Oh, of course, dude. I mean, more and more and more and more. I mean, the thing is, everybody's going that direction. That's why,
exactly.
I don't understand people that gravitate that direction, because it's, people like old Fred Bard saying, even rats leave a sinking ship. I mean, why would you want to get into that whole allopathic mindset? And again, allopathic mindset is good in emergency and crisis care, which is great. I mean, if you're in excruciating pain, that's what drugs are great for. Your blood pressure is going to explode your head. Let's get it down, but let's figure out why you have those problems, not just treat the symptoms of the problem. And I mean, it's a very medicine and allopathic healthcare is very limited in what it can do, and that's why I think what a lot of chiropractors do. I mean, you're not going to see a lot of orthopedic kind of chiropractors, more of the orthopedic persuasion, seeing a lot of children. And my practice is 60% kids, and if you really want to see the miracles in chiropractic, kids are such a beautiful way to express that, because they're just little healing they're little balls of healing energy. You just need to line things up. They don't have the wear and tear on their spine and nervous system like, you're talking like a geriatric or somebody my age, more middle age.
That's always inspired me about your practice.